Welcome back to another top 10 video, and this time 10 songs that make this old weathered, soulless, dark-hearted man cry. I do have a soul, I swear. But seriously, I thought I'd actually do a list of songs that impact me emotionally and do a bit of, well, I guess it's a positive thing. Crying's a good thing, isn't it? Right? I suppose, letting out the evil. As always, if you like this video, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, all the rest of it. And if enough people are interested, I'll do a part 2. Yeah, let's just enjoy this beautiful sunny day. Much like last week's video, I'm filming this on October the 26th. And it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Anyway, this video is supposed to be about misery. So let's get into it. High Hopes by Pink Floyd. The grass was greener. The light was brighter. Those sorts of lyrics, I guess, are the sorts of things that impact me more as I get old, I guess. You know, looking back at youth, those wonderful days of not giving a shit, not really being aware of consequences and just living for the moment that much more. God, I miss that. Nowadays, I just try and do clickbait videos on YouTube to get some kind of serotonin rush. That's where I'm at in life, people. Doesn't make me a bad person. The song itself is up to that point. It's kind of a okay song, but as soon as it hits that point, you know the point I mean, primarily because I've already mentioned it. It just does get me choked up. As I said, it's just, I don't know, getting older maybe has a lot to do with it. Next up, we have a fairly obvious one for lists like these, and that's Hurt by Johnny Cash. Or should I say Johnny Cash's version of Hurt, which was of course done by Nine Inch Nails. This is one of those ones that is a bit of a double whammy because the video for it that came out where you can just see how old he was, and his wife, June, was it June? His wife, and they're both clearly coming to the end. In fact, they did pass away not long after. And it just resonates in such a way that is just, oh, I love Johnny Cash anyway. He's kind of one of those artists where it's kind of acceptable to like him, you know what I mean? He's still got that rebellious streak throughout his entire life and didn't give a shit, always did his own thing. Country is a bit of a mixed bag in terms of what people like, but I think most people kind of enjoy Johnny Cash because he just had a style all of his own and an amazing storyteller. That being said, this was of course a cover, as I already said, from the Nine Inch Nails classic. But I think even Trent Reznor said that it was Johnny Cash's song now. He completely made it his own, and it's a beautiful version. And along with the video, it always gets me. It always tugs on these heartstrings, apparently, that I have. Next up, we have one that is not so generic. Maybe a lot of people wouldn't have heard this song, and that is The Death of Music by Devin Townsend. This is off his incredible Ocean Machine album, 1997, I believe. This is like a 12, 13-minute song. And it is just so emotional. The way it's a very ambient, pulsing, hypnotic song that takes a real while to build up. There's not a lot that goes on in this song, but when it does build up, it's just absolutely incredible. It does it twice. Does a steady build up to about the 6-minute mark, and then it comes down again, and then it builds up to the final outro, and it's just absolutely sensational. There's an incredible version of this that he did at the Royal Albert Hall live, which is on YouTube. I'll put a link of that if I remember in the description. If I don't, make sure somebody reminds me, or just look it up yourself. God, this song hit me like a truck. Absolutely sensational song. I've never got tired of listening to this song, even despite the length. It's one of those ones that I always just listen from start to finish. You know, some songs you need to listen to the whole thing to get the whole build up to make it work. You know what I mean? This is one of those songs. Amazing song. Next up, we have another one that is, I guess, affected by the accompanying video. And that's Queen, These Are the Days of Our Lives. Freddie Mercury was clearly approaching the end during the filming of this video. It's very obvious, just like the I'm Going Slightly Mad video, it was filmed in black and white to mask how ill he was. I mean, it's still very, very clear. You know, the moment where he just looks at the camera and says, "I still love you." It does just get me. There's many there's many moments on the Innuendo album that are quite breathtaking. The Show Must Go On is another good one. Some of those moments that he reaches, some of those pitches he reaches on that song are just incredible as well. But yeah, these are the days of our lives. Absolutely beautiful song. Never fails to get me. Can you not just enjoy one day? Next up, we have Darkness Within by Machine Head. Machine Head have done some great songs. This song always gets me, and it's the chorus. This is a song of the importance of music to Rob and just how much it has gotten him through life. And of course, as a musician himself, it kind of goes without saying, but it's a very impassioned song, and the chorus is just amazing. It really is. From the Unto the Locust album, which is a very underrated album by Machine Head as well. There's some stone cold bangers on that album. Chorus on this one's fantastic. Check it out if you haven't already. Great song. This next song is a song that I guarantee no one will have on their list, because it's not a sad song, but this is a very, very personal one to me, because it reminds me of somebody who's no longer here, and it is Gold by Spandau Ballet. Now, these are more tears of joy, but my good friend Mark Anthony Lawrence, who passed away in 2019, still think about him all the time. This was one of his favourite songs, so much so it was actually played at his funeral. And yeah, there's no way I can listen to this song without thinking of him and the countless nights where we would get drunk together and this song would end up getting played. The amount of times he'd put this on a jukebox and just annoy the hell out of the owner of our local pub at the time. Not a sad song, but for me, I mean, this is my list, so fuck it, that's what goes on there. Just always makes me think of him, always makes me smile, shed a tear, but a happy one, you know, in remembrance of my fallen friend. So yeah, Spandau Ballet, Gold. I miss you, Mark. I think about you all the time, mate. Next, we have a more generic song, I guess, for these type of lists, and that's Eric Clapton with Tears in Heaven. Sure, most of you will be aware this was written about the tragic passing of his 4-year-old son. And you got that line, would you know my name if you saw me in heaven? How can that not affect you? That's just heartbreaking. I don't have kids myself, but you know, the idea of losing someone that young, your son, oh my God, fucking tragic. Doesn't matter if you're a fan of him or not. This is an incredibly emotional song, and those lyrics just hit me hard. Every time I hear them, it's just, oh man, a very unfortunate, tragic event. What more can I say about this? My next pick is another one that I guess would probably be a non-generic one, and it's Mutter by Rammstein. You've got to say Stein, right? You can't just say Rammstein. I learned quite early on with Rammstein to not bother translating their lyrics. Some of their songs are very hard-hitting, but a lot of the times I actually found when I've translated the lyrics into English, they kind of lose some of their appeal. I think one of the things I love about Rammstein is the fact that I don't know what he's singing about. So I can kind of make up whatever song I have in my head. And his voice kind of becomes almost like another instrument in many ways. It's just this melodic line that's going on in the background. It works very well. And he's got, you know, obviously he's got a very rich tone to his voice, so it works very well. But the choruses on this, Mutter, Mutter. I've got my own kind of story for this song in my head, which is my own story. But I'm sure many of you do this as well. When you've been listening to a song a long time, you kind of create your own video for the song. And that's very much what I've done with this song. And it's one that really chokes me up. So yeah, Rammstein, Mutter. My penultimate pick is The Sparrow by Mastodon. This is just a beautifully melancholic song. Many of their albums, many of their songs have been dedicated to, sadly, people who've passed away. I think this one was, if I'm not mistaken, the album itself was written about Brent's brother, because the album it comes from is The Hunter. And his brother was a hunter, which is why it's called The Hunter. Can I say The Hunter again? The Hunter. I might be wrong, but I seem to remember that this song was actually written, I think it was something to do with a receptionist, either the record label or the lawyers or something like that. I could be wrong. There you go, of course, the convenience we have now of a personal computer in one's pocket. Yeah, this was inspired by the passing of the wife of the band's accountant who died from stomach cancer. Her life motto was pursue happiness diligently. The band changed it to pursue happiness with diligence. This is just a beautiful, beautiful song that never ceases to pull at my heartstrings. Mastodon seem to be one of those bands that people really like or they fucking hate. Again, judging by the comments of previous videos I've done, Mastodon came up as a hated band a lot, which did kind of surprise me. But songs like this are why I will always love that band. The Hunter is a very underrated album. There's some absolute gems on that album, and this is one of them. It's just a beautiful track, very melancholic, very beautiful. Have I got I think like I had a cobweb on my nose. Well, that just took the majesty out of that, didn't it? Incredibly beautiful track, and it just always gets me. And I might get a bit of shit for this one, but I don't care. Sabaton with Christmas Truce. I'm not a huge fan of power metal or anything like that. I'm not sure if they're classed as power metal, but I do like some Sabaton tunes. They definitely got catchy choruses. They know how to construct a good, catchy song. This song just always gets me. It really does. It's just the emotive weight of this song. The video to it's fucking great as well. It really is. It's more watching the video, I guess, that gets me for this one. But the idea of that magical moment during World War I, where both England and Germany on either sides of the firing line marched into no man's land and had a game of football. They just put down their weapons and just, you know, were human for a moment. Of course, the next day it went back to fighting again and all the rest of it. But the impact of this song just always gets me. The lyrics are just fantastically written. Tonight we're all brothers, tonight we're all friends. This moment of peace in a war that never ends. I don't give a fuck. I love this song, and I think it's an absolutely very emotional and impactful one that never ceases to get me choked up. I'm getting choked up thinking about it. If you don't like it, I get it, but you're not going to convince me this is a bad song. It's fucking amazing. I love this song. And that brings my video to a close of these emotionally charged songs that make me feel. Speaking of which, I'm going to go off now and enjoy this absolutely glorious sunshine. It's October the 26th. It's crazy. It's insane. But this is beautiful. I'm up on the hills. Life is good. And yeah. If you enjoyed this one, like, comment, subscribe. Leave your list yourselves. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Is there stuff that I missed? And if there's enough requests, I will do a part 2, because there's always plenty of emotional songs out there. This was literally a list I put together this morning, so it was not really that thought out, but I guess in many ways that kind of makes it better, because it's just not overthought and just, you know, the immediate songs that sprung to mind, I guess. So there you go. Anyway, I'm off to enjoy this beautiful sunshine and put this camera down. See you all next time. Have a good one.